Alrighty, here on the blue team, we have Ozymandias on Mephisto. SHreddedWInd on... Is that Anduin? Is that Legacy of the Anduin? I can't even really tell. We're going to check this way. We have Legacy on the Rehgar, HoTcHo on Anub'arak, SHreddedWInd on Anduin, Gotfilth on Tychus, and Ozymandias on Mephisto. Are we playing with the same people? I'm not necessarily saying nice is in the quality of players. I'm saying nice is in the size. Although I do tend to think that HoTs is less toxic overall than League of Legends or Dota. But that was a statement on the size of the player base in terms of it's not dead to play just chill games with. It is dead if you're trying to live off of it. WearyDay is on E.T.C for the red team. Faatz is on Chromie. Tempest playing Raynor. Hebi on Malfurion. And to finish it off, we have nintorii on Leoric. And this is indeed an off-lane Rehgar game. I find that very intriguing. Both teams pressuring it out right now. And I can't help but notice a distinct lack of wave clear in this game. Mostly for the blue team, but the red team is also rather low on it as well. However, they do have a double soak capable offlaner in a Leoric. Power slide onto HoTcHo, entangling roots, and a beautifully executed combo from the red team, picking up first blood a minute into this game. Even nintorii came down to get in on the action as well. Faatz with the sand trap to interfere with the blue team rotation. Gotfilth tanking a sandblast. And that sand trap acting both as a ward and as a stopper for Ozymandias. Red team slightly ahead in taking their siege camp to start off this game. WearyDay even with a very aggressive scouting position. And both solo laners in the top lane going for the cap right now. Sorry, for the tap. Still no siege camp for the blue team, although they're looking to change that soon. However, WearyDay is playing interference right now, and it's looking like an uncontested siege camp for the red side. Slightly more experience for them, and a slight map pressure lead. Legacy running away from nintorii here, looking to pick up the mid-soak while his team is missing out on it, and some hits being traded back and forth between the red and the blue team here. Sandblast onto HoTcHo. WearyDay full health stepping forward, a completely unafraid cow. Oh, sand trap stopping both the cow and the Tychus. Entangling roots not quite landing onto Gotfilth with a swift dash out of there. And another ace in the hole on Raynor this time around, again in spite of the recent nerfs to the talent. Still no siege camp for the blue team here, with nintorii also having a pretty strong lead in the laning. Damage going out onto WearyDay, penetrating rounds buying some time for him. Chastise does land and he will go down, evening up the kill count for the two teams. However, this death comes right on the heels, or right before this first objective. Blue team taking this time to nab a siege camp, which will push during this first objective, potentially causing some issues for the red team. Hold on a second. Burrow charge onto Faatz's Chromie. Into an impale, and he's going down. Chromie can't be out of position anywhere near the bug, or else exactly what you just saw will happen. Tempest taking a bit of time while his teammate is dead to clear out this middle lane. And nintorii similarly using Leoric's AoE prowess to clear this out. Red team recognizes that down a person, they don't have much chance of winning this objective, instead playing a bit of the soak game. Also helps them catch up to level 7, which both teams are just about on the cusp of getting, but blue team will be slightly ahead in this regard. Blue team backing off for the moment, not wanting to fight without Legacy, who's hot on their tails. Now all 10 members of this game up in the top lane. Burrow charge onto WearyDay does power slide out right on through Legacy. No kills yet for either team in this altercation. Love the coordination, so nice to see for sure, and that's a big reason why these players play these games, is that it's generally a nicer experience than Storm League. Cleanse going out onto HoTcHo, preventing the CC chain. Burrow charge into Impale on Tempest. Hebi is the next target for the blue team, getting very low. 2 kills for the blue team right now, trying to make it 3 onto Faatz, dropping low, not quite able to finish him off. But a commanding double kill for blue team, very likely securing this first objective of the game for the blue team. The two offlaners duking it out in mid lane, but as we're seeing here, a significant wave clear advantage for nintorii, despite having many more minions to clear. Immediately just swiping through all of them. WearyDay looking for the rotation onto Legacy, but not quite able to turn that into a kill. Investing some pressure into clearing out this mid lane while he still can, and then making it back up to the top lane in time to help out his team with this defense. Oh, jump over the wall. Burrow charge comes a little bit short, trying to follow up onto the Raynor. Temporal loop combo onto HoTcHo. He's not really feeling the burn too much from it, however. And this Punisher half health pressuring out the fort right now. Ozymandias aggressively shaded Mephistoing forward. nintorii, no fear at all, actually joined up with the rest of his team in the top lane rather than soak it out. Nature's Cure onto several members of the red team. WearyDay dropping very low, will go down. HoTcHo similarly low, but not quite in risk of death just yet. Faatz needing to run away from this very aggressive bug. Lightning Nova finishing him off. Hebi also taking a lot of damage over the wall. Finished off a beautiful, I can't remember the name of the ability. I tried to buy time, but it's just eluding me. Let's find out, friends. It is a Divine Star from Anduin. Utilizing this advantage that the blue team has secured from this aggressive move, they do decide to steal the red team's bruisers in this meantime, and now hightail it on out of there, continuing their lead. Surely will invade another camp here soon, or just push on to the mid fort. Red team now forced to clear out their own camp stolen from them. And what key ult choices do I see? I see a few. Whoa, shit, that just dropped my whole ass microphone. Okay, so here we've got the big ones I would look out for in these fights. Endurance of Hatred, that's Mephisto's ult right now. Big AoE root. It causes a lot of problems for teams here, and I'll flash talents while we're talking about it. Causes a lot of problems when Mephisto can hit a big aggressive one, and also the blue team has a lot of capability to follow up on any well-placed CC. Wouldn't surprise me if we see more than a few kills coming right off of those Endurances of Hatred. Similarly, Light Bomb is going to be used in conjunction with this, and Cocoon possibly on Malfurion to prevent the possibility of a counter-engage. On the other hand, Leoric, nintorii right here with that Entomb, always threatening those picks. Oh, and there's a Cocoon onto E.T.C right now. Ooh, Raynor's Raider actually, another ultimate. This ship right here, Endurance of Hatred, doesn't connect, but Raynor's Raider playing an instrumental role in destroying that Cocoon extremely quickly. Entomb onto Ozymandias, Temporal Loop gonna bring it back in. Actually, no, cleansed by Rehgar. Hebi taking a lot of pressure, penetrating round, doing absolutely a ton of damage to him. Never mind, that's on the same team. There's no way that could work. And Hebi on that Malfurion is the only casualty of this altercation. 7 kill lead for the blue team, 8-1. Long burrow charge from HoTcHo, maybe a little overly ambitious. And the blue team here taking down the bot fort. Two fort lead in favor of the blue team here. And also, notably, they are going to have a level 13 talent advantage going into this next objective, in addition to the siege camp here. WearyDay scouting forward, but not quite in time to interfere with the blue team taking their camp. Legacy getting bullied a little bit by nintorii here, forced to stick around and clear waves while nintorii will be able to rotate ahead of him. Legacy also lacking a mount, will have a slightly slower rotational speed as well. WearyDay finding himself deep in enemy territory, getting jumped on right now, rooted by Anduin's Chastise. Power sliding on out of there. Temporal Loop does go out onto HoTcHo, Cocoon onto Hebi, but absolutely shredding through that cow. That's a kill in favor of the blue team, already in a commanding position. Getting even sweeter by the second. Burrow charge and a nintorii, Light Bomb, Wraith walking out of there. Endurance of Hatred goes right into the wall. Twilight Dream, Hebi getting body blocked out of safety though. Despite nintorii taking so much pressure, Hebi was actually the one to go down. Now 9 kill lead in favor of the blue team, 10-1. Guaranteed objective right here, and with no fort in the way, they're looking at threatening a keep off of this Punisher. HoTcHo with the very aggressive move forward right here, potentially looking to start this siege camp right away. And this is a common strat you'll see in High MMR and you'll see in a lot of old HGC games. When holding a very, very strong lead, what teams will often do is get this objective to 39 and not cap it. And instead, they will use this time to go ahead and capture other objectives around the map, such as these camps, which is what they did there with the invade onto the siege camp, and really just play the map in any way possible, because right now, if they can take a fight with a Talontier advantage, that's what they want to do. So blue team is looking to take this time to play as slowly as possible, secure that level 16 Talon advantage, secure some map pressure, and then cap the objective in such a way that they will be able to siege bottom keep with level 16. Now, right on the cusp of level 16, and with a siege camp backing up, this push in the bottom lane is looking much stronger than it would have been had they just immediately capped it off. What I think Red needs to do to get back into this game, Red honestly can get back into this game at any point thanks to some timely picks with Temporal Loop, with Leoric's Entomb, or even with just a huge mosh pit. But I gotta say, with a lot of interrupts on the side of the blue team, that last one might be a little tough to pull off here. Huge burrow charge, Light Bomb going out onto the backline, Cocoon onto Raynor, Hebi taking a lot of damage. It is a tall task for the Red team to get back into this game. This game may even end right now if too many members of their team do go down. WearyDay getting chased down. Tempest is the target of HoTcHo's barrage. Faatz dropping very low, sniped over the ford by Gotfilth. Chastise doesn't quite connect, but with 2 members of the red team down, it's still a very healthy Punisher. Make that 3 members down. This is looking like it's going to be GG for the blue team, continuing to shred it out. WearyDay trying to distract the blue team as much as possible. Does get hit by Chastise, Burrow Charge, even power sliding away, but with all of that, it's not going to be enough. nintorii reducing the damage of the entire blue team, and still, even with their most valiant efforts, this game does go over dominatingly in favor of the blue team. Hello here, and we have SHreddedWInd, who is the Anduin from that last game. Shredded, what was going through your mind right there at the end there? When did you realize that this game was in your grasp?
I don't know. When I light bombed Hebi and I walked around their keep right in front of all of them, and I didn't die, and I got looped and everything, and you know, I lived. I think I just found out that the game was in our hands.
Okay. It sounds like maybe a little bit of disrespect for the red team coming out here. If you had to rate their skill on a scale of 1 to 2, where would you put them at?
6.5.
Oh, of course, classic. That's right, folks. 5 years into Heroes of the Storm, and we still have the exact same jokes that we always have. Okay.
Yeah, I'm also a very creative person.
All right, last question here before you go on into the next game. Don't forget to join, by the way. SHreddedWInd, if you had to nominate an MVP for that game, who would it be, and why SHreddedWInd?
Probably, I mean, Liam's Mephisto is just nuts, dude. Like,
oh, for sure.
It just always carries. I don't know.
I think Liam's anything is nuts, personally.
I think Liam's anything is nuts, personally.
I'd like Liam's nuts myself, personally. All right, well.
You and me both, man. All right. Peace out.
Great performance out there.
Peace out.